Hello guys, HeliPilotGh. I saw the question. You asked me about ground effect. Alright, to be simple, let's just start at ground effects, the cushion we play on. So helicopters like to play on them. You ever noticed how a helicopter looks like just floating effortlessly when they are close to the ground? Be it grass or a hard surface. This is what you call ground effect. It's not magic. It's superhero power. That's just by the way. When a helicopter hovers high, the air from the rotor sort of shoots straight downwards and spreads out evenly. Newton's third law: to every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. The rotors are pushing the air down. The opposite reaction is the helicopter going up. It's more like air trapped under the helicopter, builds up pressure. So the helicopter sits on a cushion of air. This cushion gives the helicopter more lift and means the pilot needs less power. It is super handy for us. And this is why the pilots use the ground effect during takeoff. They lift into the hover to check their power, to check the controls before they climb out. When they are coming back to land, they also come to a hover. Most cases, some can come directly down, but come to a hover to land. Normally, in missions, pilots will use every bit of this effect, especially when they are at high altitude, they are heavy, and they need that extra lift to make a difference between hovering and sinking. And even during landings, ground effect helps smoothing things out. It's like nature's built-in shock absorber for helicopters. Your helicopters literally ride on the air. So your helicopters literally ride on air when they are close to the ground. And that's ground effect. And it's what keeps us safe, efficient, and sometimes even alive. The nature of the ground effect will vary when you are hovering on top of grass and on top of a hard surface. Normally, when you are in a hover close to the ground, we call that in-ground effect hover. You need less, you generate more lift. When you are generate more lift with less power. When you are in a out of ground effect hover, that's a very high hover. I call it a max performance hover, sort of. Then you realize that you are out of ground effect. Then you need more power to sustain it. But when you're close to the ground, you need less power to sustain it. Basically, that's the thing. I hope I've answered you. If you don't understand, come again. Cheers, HeliPilotGh.